All right, let's quickly talk about this Lexus Electric Hypercar that apparently got released. I didn't even know about this, honestly. I just found out about this. We're actually on the motor1.com website, and this is an article written by Adrian Pedeno. Hope I'm saying that right. But anyway, they actually teased a whole bunch, like a fleet of electric cars. And I just recently did a video on the RZ450E because it's actually a car that most people can afford. And that's kind of what I was personally looking forward to. But I had no idea that they came out with this electric car here, this supercar, I mean. In fact, some sources are saying that this is going to be faster than a Tesla Plaid even. I mean, guys, it's nearest makes no difference. All of these EVs are fast as hell. Come on. That's not really the issue here with these EVs. It's the soul and the character, and they claim things like the LFA secret sauce and all these things, right? But in reality, these EVs will never capture the soul of a proper ICE car, right? Internal combustion engine, V8s, V10s, V12s, these sorts of things. And it's not like I have an issue with electric cars. I honestly think that the concept of electric cars is great. I'm actually for it. I think it's cool to be zipping around in a vehicle this quick, but my only issue is they're killing off our V8s and the engines that we love. Anyway, let's play this little clip here. Should be like a press release thing.
Driving Signature will move to the next stage through development of the new sports battery EV. With bold proportions and low ride height, essential to a sports car, it will showcase the unique driving performance of a Lexus and become a model that symbolizes the future of the brand. Acceleration time will be in the low 2-second range, cruising range over 700 kilometers, and with the possible use of a solid-state batteries in mind, we will aim to create a truly high-performance battery EV.
That's a quick little look at what the car is going to be. And yeah, currently it's kind of in its concept car stage, but this is supposed to hit the road. We're going to be seeing more and more of these insane EV supercar things coming up, because this is what's going to convince the mainstream into buying EVs, really, because they're going to see how cool it is and how quick it is. I will say it does look a little funny, especially in the rear end. It doesn't really remind me of an LFA at all. In fact, it kind of reminds me of a Supra, if I'm going to be honest with you. The rear end looks strange. I mean, I like the front though. The front, the side, that's cool. But yeah, I mean, it's not a bad looking car overall. I mean, all these kind of coupe looking things. This kind of looks like the Audi e-tron. In fact, I think the person who wrote the article said the same thing. It does kind of look like the e-tron. So I mean, we don't know what this is going to cost. We don't know really anything about this, but yeah, I think it's going to do about 400 miles of range, I believe. They said 700 kilometers, so about 400-ish miles of range. 435 miles of range, yeah, excuse me. Anyway, I already mentioned the reason why I'm not too excited for stuff like this, because many car companies are going to be coming out with EV supercars, hypercars very soon here. Lexus knows how to make a proper feeling car. I will give them that. The LC 500, my most favorite car of all time. Primarily because of the engine, I admit. But the chassis, the way it rides, the way it handles and all these things, right? It's really proper. It communicates with you. You can have a vehicle that doesn't have a engine-centric experience and still provide you a connected driving feel. In fact, I'll give you an example here. Most European cars, German cars, they have just about no feeling to them at all. In terms of their engines anyway, they have no real sound. All these turbocharged engines, they just have no character, right? Not like these naturally aspirated ones. Vehicles like Mercedes and Acura, they do a great job of providing you with a chassis and a steering feel that communicates really well. Even though they might be using things like a 4-cylinder turbo in their vehicles, the way the car reacts, the way it handles, that's all fantastic. It has like this pivoting sensation when it goes around turns. And when I mention Mercedes, I'm kind of referring to like the E-classes and up, so like the $75,000 vehicles and up. The Acura TLX, the new one, is fantastic. Actually, the E-class and the TLX kind of have a similar feeling in its chassis. I really enjoy the demeanor of those cars. So yes, it's possible to have a character-filled driving experience even in an electric vehicle. They get the chassis and the steering feedback tuned correctly, and I'm sure they will do that here. Anyway, this is probably going to be some kind of a $200,000 vehicle. You know, it's going to be unobtainable to most humans. I mean, even the normal electric cars like that RZ450E, I mean, you're basically buying near supercar level performance vehicles, like the everyday kind of SUV EVs that you're going to be coming across. They're all going to be having like 400, 500, 600 horsepower. That's going to be the new norm. Everybody's going to be zipping around in a very quick EV. In fact, 250 horsepower is more than enough in an EV, since it's going to provide that instant torque, right? So stuff like this with over 1,000 horsepower is just nuts. I'm assuming it's going to be all-wheel drive as well. Most EVs are going to be all-wheel drive to compensate for all that power and instant torque, right? It's the only way. And tire technology needs to evolve with all this power, this instantaneous power, most importantly. But, you know, there's a place for this. It's just depressing because the stuff that we love is going away in replacement of this. We can't have both. That's what's unfortunate here. Fuel prices are always going up, and we have to be forced into buying this stuff somehow, so I guess that's just what they're doing. But anyway, that's just a quick look at this hypercar. I just want to give my 2 cents on it because I've sung great praises about the LC500, and I just figured I'd give my thoughts on this electric hypercar, right? So leave your thoughts down below. Do you like the way it looks? Are you excited for this? Will you order one? Let me know your thoughts on this Lexus hypercar. Thanks again for watching. Take care, and goodbye.